Welcome to the only comedy podcast on the internet. It's the Coffee Jelly Hour, episode 76.
Oh my god, you did it without laughing.
You just fucking ruined it, you motherfucker. You know what? I was expecting someone to butt in, but then I'm thinking, Ace isn't here. I'm Tony, and I'm joined by Matt and Seth. We don't know where Ace is. And we're preaching caffeine, motherfuckers. How are we doing? It's been a while.
And if you've seen Ace, please call 911.
Please send him back in pieces.
So much.
Yeah, we don't know where Ace is. I hope he's alright. It's mad. He's just he just went off. He just went running off into the wilderness, didn't he? Shouting he was going to live in a forest. That was the last we heard. But hopefully he'll.
I think I saw him with a bindle over his shoulder. He's off to be a hobo.
Oh, that's fine. He'll get bored after a couple of weeks. So yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. It's been a while, hasn't it, guys? So are we all good? Good. Are we?
Sure. Yeah.
That's cool. Listen, first thing I want to talk about, right? I get really freaked out when two completely unconnected things that I totally love kind of come together and collide.
I thought you were going to say when two men kiss.
So, right, there's one guy.
And I get it.
And another guy, right? Oh, no, it's not that. It's not that. Stop. No, stop. No. What it is, right. You probably won't find this interesting whatsoever. But a couple of months ago, my favourite indie game programmer, Jeff Minter, a.k.a. Yak, who lives in the middle of Wales somewhere and creates these sort of random... Wales. Yeah, not the animal, the country. He creates these fucking amazing fucking shooter 3D fucking mad trippy psychedelic games which usually involve fucking laser spitting llamas and camels and sheep and random shit like that. He released a new game called Polybius, this fucking amazing shoot 'em up, just an indie game on the PS4, and I fucking love it. And then totally unconnected, Nine Inch Nails said, oh yeah, we're bringing an EP out and we're going to release a video. We're going to release a new video just the other week, and the fucking video basically is all about this fucking indie game, Polybius. They actually went to this games programmer.
How did I miss this video?
Oh, fucking hell. It's called Less Than, Nine Inch Nails, and it's got my
Because I like Nine Inch Nails.
Fucking, the EP's amazing. The EP's just come out. But the first fucking video, it's got a fucking indie game that I absolutely love. And they actually went to the games programmer, Jeff Minter, and basically said, oh yeah, just do us a favour. This is like Nine Inch Nails talking to some fucking hippie programmer living in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we'd like to use your game, and can you just kind of like change it a little bit? So instead of having these mad fucking like big letters coming up saying, you know, you've died and shit like that, can we have some of our lyrics in that? Put some of our lyrics in that. And he fucking went off and did it. And the whole fucking video is Polybius. And when it came out, I was like,
cool, actually.
I was literally like, this fucking music video is for me and nobody else. You know what I mean? So I was just thinking, what type of coincidence is that? I just thought that was crazy as fuck. And I was thinking, is there anything else like that happened in anybody else's life when two different things come together and you're like, no way. It's just it's just freaky.
Probably. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. But my mind was blown by the whole thing.
There was one time when I thought my mom and dad were getting back together, but...
Oh,
no. Oh,
no. You took it there.
It's just got awkward.
Two things that I like I mean, there was this one time I was walking down the street and I tripped, and this other guy tripped, and I was eating peanut butter and he was eating chocolate, and he got his peanut butter, or no, I got my peanut butter all over his chocolate, and he got his chocolate all over my peanut butter, and I mean, that turned out pretty well, so...
Did you have sex with him? Is that what you're saying? Is that
what
yeah.
It
was very sticky, but yeah.
Hold on. Your peanut butter went up his chocolate. Is that where we're going with this? No?
Yeah.
No one? Okay.
Yeah. You tripped and your dick landed right on his chocolate.
Honestly,
tripped with the quote marks, guys. Tripped.
But yeah, it's mad. When two fucking worlds collide, it's just...
I mean, I like it when... Yeah, I mean, I guess... I don't know if to that extent, but sometimes, you know, a couple musicians will get together that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool.
It's like, how the fuck did they... Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
That's
I'll tell you one of the ones that still sticks with me even all these years later. I was just thinking about it the other day, even though I haven't seen it in a long time.
Right.
But once upon a time, I think it was at like the Grammys. Elton John performed with Eminem.
Wow.
That was pretty freaking...
Yeah, things like that are just like, what the fuck? Lady Gaga and like fucking Metallica. Random shit. It's like, what the hell? Fucking hell. I just to put a down on everything. Fucking Linkin Park, Chester, I forgot his surname, hanging himself.
Bennington.
Yeah, that's a fucking downer. That is.
God damn.
Yeah,
that was pretty surprising. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
that was my first favorite band.
Yeah, that kind of put me on a bit of a downer. Actually,
It is weird because like a week before, I had been on the Linkin Park kick.
Shit.
I just listened to their stuff again
Really?
recently.
Yeah, do you know what?
Yeah.
The other month, I started playing them a lot on Spotify, and then they played the UK a few weeks ago, and I know someone who went to see them, and then I was like, what the fuck? So yeah.
Well, and one thing, I was thinking about them not that long ago too, because I wrote actually a long Facebook post about it, how like I liked Linkin Park when I was in high school because I was into the rap metal type thing they had going on. And then I kind of fell out of Linkin Park for a while, and then all of a sudden they had this new album come out that was like electronica pop. It was really, and I was like, wait a minute, what? I was like, this is a very like drastic transition from what I remember Linkin Park being.
Different direction, yeah.
So
I've always appreciated them for like going in a different direction, not just doing the same stuff.
Yeah,
but also not for me.
Yeah, but it's
no, not for me at all. Like, I was listening to a few of their new songs once I discovered that that's the direction they went, and I'm like, oh, I'm not into this at all. But I was more fascinated by it because that's not a transition you see. You don't normally go from being like a new metal rap rock band to being like a electro pop band.
Yeah,
so.
True. Yeah, fucking hell. It's a big fucking decision. The thing is, if you go on Spotify and you just shuffle all their music, it's just like, what the fuck? Yeah, but it's sad. Can I keep talking about like depressing things? George Romero,
I guess so.
Dying. Jesus Christ, that's sad.
Well, that was pretty bummer.
Yeah.
You know have you seen any of the movie he was planning on coming out with next? Have you heard about this movie? I mean, I don't think it's going to get made now, but his next movie he was planning to make was NASCAR zombie. I can't remember the actual title, but it was basically like zombies racing NASCAR.
No way, really? No, I haven't read anything about it.
Yep. So that was 100% the next movie he was gonna. Let me see if I can find what the title of it was. But I mean, it was literally like the rich people had decided to take the zombies and teach them how to race cars.
Zombies racing and shit
So
like
it's
that.
like zombies and Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, kind of zombie racing. Let me. Yes, here it is. Okay, I mean, I don't think this is gonna happen now. It was announced back in May. But it says here, Romero's, this is from IGN.com, it says, Romero co-wrote the film titled George A. Romero Presents Road of the Dead. He wrote it with a different director, so I guess this will still get finished. The director's name is Matt Berman.
Okay.
And it's just called Road of the Dead, and it's like a zombie race car, racing stock cars.
Rich people betting on,
I guess,
zombie drivers. What the fuck? Oh, right, okay. It's. Do you reckon it's going to be massive now that he's died, and everyone will watch it? Because it's like,
maybe, although his last few films were pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of his more recent ones.
I saw the Diary of the Dead. In fact, I think I own it, and
I haven't heard of that.
And it was not very good. And everything that came out after Diary of the Dead, I heard got like progressively worse.
Yeah, I did watch that. No, you're right. I kind of forgot about it. Jeez, let's see what else.
This might be a stupid question. Has he done any non-zombie related things?
Serpent and the Rainbow, right? Was that George or was that somebody else?
I'm having a look now. Let's have a look. Oh, the Crazies. Oh, that was zombies, wasn't it?
Oh, I only saw the remake of the Crazy. Well,
Season of the
it was
Witch.
kind of zombies.
Yeah, wasn't
but
it?
It wasn't.
Wasn't it like a toxic leak? But didn't it turn them into zombies? I can't remember. Now.
Something like that.
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead. There's
they
always vanilla. What the fuck is always? There's always vanilla. Moves an older woman.
Oh, I didn't know he was an actor in The Silence of the Lamb.
Was he? I didn't.
Oh, he
know.
directed The Dark Half. That wasn't zombies. That's based on a Stephen King novel.
King. Oh,
Okay, he didn't
right,
do Serpent in the... Oh, was Serpent in the Rainbow maybe John Carpenter? I can't remember now. I just remember Serpent in the Rainbow.
Yeah, I've seen that. I like that movie.
Looks like most of his stuff was just...
Serpent in the
a
Rainbow.
lot of zombies.
Wes Craven. Wes Craven.
Oh, that was what... yes, that's what I kept thinking.
Yeah.
It was Wes Craven.
I
knew it was one of those famous horror directors. I just couldn't remember which one.
Yeah. Was... George Romero directed Martin, which wasn't a zombie movie. It was a vampire movie. I remember that one.
What is Monkey Shines? That's something he directed.
Shit, that's a Stephen King one, isn't it? That's Stephen King, I think. Is that
no, it was based on a novel by Michael Stewart.
Oh, right. Fucking hell, I thought it was Stephen King.
But this doesn't look like a zombie movie. This looks like it's... Yeah.
It's the crippled guy gets the monkey to look after him. The monkey turns evil. That's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I remember that. That was a bit creepy, yeah. I don't think crippled guy is the correct sort of PC thing to say. Hold on. Yeah, it's probably something else. Yeah. Okay.
Probably not. It's probably like quadriplegic.
Yeah.
Person of different abilities.
That's the one. That's the one. So yeah. So I was kind of sad George is gone because I liked all his original trilogy of zombie movies. Let's not talk about the later ones, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, that was
even Day of the Dead. I wasn't super the one with they were trying to what's his name, Bub, the zombie.
Bub. I kind of like that one. You didn't like that one? The military bunker, blah blah blah. Yeah, that one, and they were experimenting.
I wasn't crazy about that one.
I kind of I don't know. I kind of liked all the original three for different reasons. Really, it's just I'll probably go back and watch them again, which is a bit sad. Before we get into anything else, one more thing I need to talk about.
Who else is dead?
Oh, Martin Landau is dead as well. He died as well. Yeah, but I wasn't going to talk about that one. No. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Game of Thrones, and I know, Matt, you're going to take the piss out of me for ranting about fucking Ed Sheeran turning up in the fucking first one. But I don't know. Have you seen it? Have you seen?
No, I've only seen 1.5 seasons.
Oh, right. It's to be honest, it's shaping up to be a good season. This, but I think what pissed everyone off. Fair enough, yeah. Ed Sheeran, fucking superstar, turns up in the first one. The problem I think everybody had with him is he fucking cannot act. He was shit, basically. And then,
okay, I get. If he's not good, I can see people complain about him being not good. But everyone just kept saying,
who was it?
Ed Sheeran. He's a fucking, Ed Sheeran. Surely you know.
No.
Castle on the Hill. He's a fucking pop star.
Yeah, he's a pop star. You're better off not having heard of him.
King of pop star.
What character did he play?
So he plays just a soldier who set up camp in the middle of some forest, and this is not a spoiler. I'm going to tell you the scene. A main character comes riding past, and these soldiers are there. One of them is Ed Sheeran, pop superstar, and they're singing this sort of medieval, quirky song. And this main character stops, and she looks over, and she goes, "I don't recognise that song." And Ed Sheeran turns around, and he goes, "No, it's a new one." And I thought, you know what? At this point, I think I'll just fucking stop watching Game of Thrones. They've just given up now. Absolutely fucking given up, And he was shit. And he was only on screen for a few minutes, but it was just like, oh mate, you cannot act. You know when you're watching a film and they put someone in it who their acting skills are so much lower than everybody else, and it sticks out like a sore thumb. That was it. It was just like, Jesus Christ. They actually had the same scene. One of the other soldiers was I don't know if you know This Is England, the movie. There's a kid from that, and he is a really good actor, and he's one of the other soldiers. So I was like, oh right, he's in it, and then Ed Sheeran's just like really struggling, and you're like, oh mate, what the fuck?
That's funny.
Yeah, so that's why everyone was ranting about it. I wouldn't have had a problem if he was in it and he was actually a decent actor. People would have been like, oh right, yeah, Ed Sheeran.
Well, I know some people like take issue with when they see just some random famous person show up, and they're just they shouldn't be in that. It's but different if he's like terrible.
Exactly.
So I get like people being like, oh no, you shouldn't be here because you're bad. Versus, I thought people's complaint was that he was there at all, and I was like, oh come on, just give the guy some props. He had the opportunity to get on his favorite show, and he did. Like,
I think some people were moaning because of that, but I mean, the fact was he was shit actually. But I mean, a similar thing was what was it? American Horror Story Hotel. Lady Gaga was in it, and it was kind of like when I heard, I was like, no, why? And then I watched it, and I was like, she is great. This is fucking this. I really did enjoy it.
That's good.
Yeah. So
I have a real quick American Horror Story question because I've only seen. The first one was the house one,
the
right?
House. Yep.
I saw that one. What was the second one?
That was the name of the season. The house one.
The house one. The house one, wasn't it? That's what it was. The second one was Asylum.
I didn't see that. Okay, so
that's the most frightening one. Oh, although the Freak Show one was good as well. Yeah.
I
stopped at the Freak Show one.
Did you like it or not? You didn't like the Freak Show?
That's when I realized that I didn't think the show was good.
No, I kind of enjoyed it.
I wasn't impressed by the first season, to be honest, so that's why I stopped. I was like, this is not... So...
It feels like the show doesn't have any direction. Like, it just keeps doing shit.
Yeah.
Like, I agree that Asylum was the best one, but even then, it just felt like it was all over the place, and it didn't really... It felt like they wrote each episode as they went along.
That's kind of See, American Crime Story was better. That O.J. Simpson show was freaking great.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
I need to watch it. I've got it on my list actually to watch, but
it's really well done.
I need to
watch that. Everyone in it's really good. My wife complained she doesn't like oh shit! Now I can't remember his name. He played Ross on Friends. What the fuck's his real name? David Schwimmer.
Yeah, sure.
She complained about David Schwimmer, but she doesn't like. She doesn't like David Schwimmer that much. Which fine. Yeah. Everybody has their own take. But I thought even he was really good. So yeah,
the guy in Snow Dogs.
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh yeah.
You see Snow Dogs?
Snow Dogs. What's Snow Dogs?
The guy who plays O.J. Simpson, who was in Snow Dogs.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, is that who it is? Yeah.
He was good.
Oh.
Yeah, he was real good. Everyone in it was just really good. It's a really good show.
I remember the scene from Snow Dogs when they're on a beach with the dogs and they talk.
I feel like, have I seen this?
I'm looking at the cover and I'm thinking, I recognise it, but I think I've seen the cover on Netflix or something and not watched it.
Oh, guys, Ace just messaged us.
Oh, is Ace alive? Ace is alive. Yeah,
yep.
Ace didn't know it was Tuesday. Basically, that's what it was.
All right.
Isn't it? Jeez, what's he right? So have I got to watch Snow Dogs? Do we have to watch this?
Yeah. There's what's funny is American Crime Story actually has a lot of Snow Dog references.
What?
Really? Just teasing.
Are you joking?
Well, you know how they do. They just like tease about all the actors' previous roles just for fun.
And they said so.
Like David Schwimmer, there was that scene where O.J. Simpson's like, "Aren't we friends? Are we not friends?"
And he does it with air quotes. That's right.
Yeah,
Who else is in it? Let's see what
it's got
else?
Cuba Gooding Jr. It's got John Travolta, who looks like a monster now.
Hey.
Like, he just,
oh my god, yeah. Did he
I hate to say it, but his plastic surgery, he does not look like a human being. It's really insane. He's really good in it, though. He's really...
And O.J. Simpson, it turns to him, he's like, this isn't some sort of Pulp Fiction.
Jeez, man, you look like you've got a fever. Have you had a late night on Saturday night? I was really reaching for that one. Yeah, Saturday night fever. That's okay.
I can't think of...
It was shit, really, but yeah.
Hey, hand me the Grease 2.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I didn't realise it was a comedy, yeah, so, I'll have to watch that, definitely. Let's see who else is in it. Let's see. I need to see who else is in it just to make more.
There's one actress from American Horror Story.
So
I can't think of her. I can't think of her name. It's got I
don't like her.
Nathan Lane is in it. So, you know, he accidentally calls somebody Timon and Pumbaa at one point. You know, kind of. Asks about a bird cage.
Good old IMDb. Are you just going down all this things? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah. You know what? If I watch it and none of those are in it, none of the references are in it, I'm going to be well pissed off. That's just going to be shit. So this better be true. It is true, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah. I wouldn't bullshit. Not on this podcast.
No, this is all 100% real truth.
We tell the truth.
Get into the shit.
We should.
Should we get to the shit?
Get into the trenches?
Let's fucking do it. Dunkirk, baby. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I was a bit scared. So, shall we do some fan fiction? Shall we do some...
Okay, what's this one called? We're not doing Wonder Woman. Right?
We're not doing Wonder Woman because we hate women. That's why. Ace isn't here and we still hate women.
Guys, we didn't even talk about how Doctor Who is a woman now.
Oh, yeah. Gee. Do we want to talk about that? Do you think
I don't. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. I don't even like Doctor Who, so...
They're voting on the healthcare bill today. I don't give a shit.
Shh. Do you think she's going to ruin it? Let's just ask that question.
I think this is just my opinion. I think there's a lot of good percentage of Doctor Who that's not good.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't really like Doctor Who. Yeah. When I was a kid,
I just had to bring it up because there was a lot of hoopla about it.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I met one of I saw them filming Doctor Who somewhere here in the UK. It was really good, and I loved it for a while. And then when I got a bit older, I realised it's a bit shit. Anyway, so and maybe
let's read this fan fiction.
I was just going to say, maybe because she's a woman and she might curse the whole thing and make it even worse. Maybe wardrobe should ask her to wear a strap-on. As it were, when she's filming. I don't know.
Well, my point was we've never actually seen Doctor Who's dick, so just because he looks like a human man doesn't mean he actually is a man.
He might just be like a mannequin. There might be nothing down
I'm
there.
Saying he's an alien. He might not he might not have the same it might not have the same reproductive parts. It might not even have man and woman on its planet. We don't know that Time Lords have men and women.
Or he might just have a
Do you think he finds it weird that he's always a white man? And British?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how come there's no American black dudes playing the... Maybe that's the next thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it should be American black dudes.
Just like even in Australia or New Zealand or... somewhere in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I've never really thought about that.
I mean, I've not seen the show at all. I don't know if there's an explanation for it.
I don't think there is. So what you're saying, total racist, and up to this point, sexist. Yeah.
Kinda, yeah, sure.
Yeah, you are actually. It is the BBC, isn't it?
You think he's going to wake up in his new body and he's just like, what the fuck?
I mean, you've only got to look like...
What is this bullshit?
I mean,
what is this SJW bullshit?
I mean, it's the BBC, isn't it? That's where my fucking licence fees go in.
How dare you disparage the BBC?
Fuck the BBC with all the fucking...
That's where I watch
child molesters.
Most of my favourite shows are from the BBC.
They're all child molesters. That's what they are, the BBC. Anyway, shall we get on to our... Yeah, in the 70s there was so much fucking bad shit going down.
Is it an acronym for Big Beautiful Children?
But
loads of people recently got done for all that shit. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, we're talking in the 70s. I think 70s, probably 80s as well. Yeah,
I feel better now. I feel better.
There's a lot. Yeah. Anyway, let's not get into that shit. It's all horrendous.
That's right. Let's read Tawog the Risen Dead.
Tawog the Risen Dead. Gumball and his friends go to a party as people and leave as survivors. A secret lab experiment of a cannibalistic neural infection the government never released to the public broke out. The military has attempted to eradicate. Does that read right? Is that me?
Oh, there's supposed to be
No, it's a terrible sentence. Yeah, it's a
The military has
sentence.
attempted to eradicate all infected and any possible infected, and now Gumball, Darwin, and there's no commas in this, is there?
Nope.
Gumball, Darwin. Gumball, Darwin.
Gumball Darwin.
And the rest of his
Brand new
friends
character, Gumball Darwin. Like
to
Cat
live.
Dog. Gumball on one end and Darwin on the other.
And the rest of his friends have to live in the shambles of the world. O.C.'s Welton. Right,
Guys, you should have realized that Cat Dog can't shit. Like... Moving on.
Yeah, okay. In case there's any confusion, all characters are now 2 years later. It is 2014 because Gumball was introduced in 2012 and was 12 at the time. So 2 years later puts him in his freshman year of high school, and Kaiser is my OC. You can also add OCs. Just message me. There's a chance they'll die.
Is it too late? This was updated 4 hours ago.
What the? Are you joking me? Updated 4 hours ago?
It does say update 4 hours ago. Guys, we need to get in this story.
We need to message this fucking guy. Oh, by the way, it's by Bearmans.
What?
Bearmans. Okay. Right.
Bearmans.
You know what character we should shout into this? Eric's back, baby.
Eric's back. This time it's personal. Yeah. We need to, who's going to get in touch? Oh, do we all get in touch individually with the guys who wrote this? Or the girl?
Yeah.
No, we're not going to do this.
Yes, we are. Please. I'm going now to do it. Do we all know we're going to wing it?
Well, I think Gumball is
Darwin.
going to be... Gumball is typically Seth when we do this, and Darwin is typically me, and we'll figure the rest out as we go.
Yeah, we'll just wing it. My story takes place in 2014, accurate to timeline IRL. My name is Gumball Christopher Watterson. Is that right?
I think this is supposed to be... Yeah, I think
is that really his
name? Yep. It's funny.
And I, along with my friends, are walking among the dead, or rather, the undead. It started on March the 5th, only a few weeks ago. Beep, beep, beep. A very tired Darwin lets out a weak request.
Gumball, please make it stop.
Gumball, rather than usually hitting the snooze, slept through the ringing.
Oh, come on, man. The one time you choose to sleep in.
Darwin got out of his fish tank and snoozed the alarm clock and woke up his older brother, Gumball. Things have changed a lot. Gumball is now 15. In his sophomore year of high school, he now sports a red hoodie with white cuffs and grey sweatpants. Wow. He still doesn't wear shoes and is much taller and has a scraggly beard. Oh, wow.
15?
I know, yeah.
15, yeah.
Yeah, that's mad. Darwin hasn't changed his apparel at all. He grew a goatee, and like Gumball, he's much taller.
What the fuck?
I know. Check out our goatees.
Wake up, you homeless blueberry, you homeless-looking blueberry. Wake up, you homeless-looking blueberry. You're my ride to school,
said Darwin. Darwin then shook Gumball until he awoke. They did their early morning school routine, and Gumball started up his Honda Civic and brushed aside all the litter on his
he can't drive.
At 15, he drives. So apparently in Elmore, the driving age is not 16, it's 15.
Oh, it might be something to do with his beard. I don't know. We don't know. Do we?
Yeah, that's right. His sexy beard got him a fake license.
He can drive now. He brushes aside all the litter on the floor so that his petals wouldn't get jammed. Darwin rushed out of the house, still fumbling with his bag, to sling it over his shoulder and hopped in. On the drive there, Gumball stopped for rallies and tossed it in the trunk. Rallies? What the fuck's rallies?
The food? And then you just tossed it in the trunk of the car?
Darwin was still fumbling.
That's weird. It's first period, and Gumball is already full.
Just dropped it in the trunk of the car.
There's loads of shit shit in the trunk of the car. Loads of old food, too. It's first period, and Gumball is already fallen asleep in his history class with Mr. Markson. Mr. Markson is a goat with a large handlebar moustache who has a funny limp and a loud voice.
And so, why did President Truman drop the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Gumball?
Gumball awoke from his... You know what? I read that as President Trump, I scanned through it.
And so why did President Trump drop all kinds of bombs all over the world and destroy everything? The correct answer is because he has no brain. Moving on.
Gumball awoke from his daze, confused and wondering what his teacher even said.
What was the question?
Gumball replied. The headmaster pressed his hands to his eyes, rubbing them, stressed and irritated.
Try to pay attention. We have a test in 4 days.
He then continued to pace and lecture until eventually the bell rung and students swarmed the door and continued into the halls. All seemed well. Fucking hell, there's no commas or anything there. Gumball then continued to the lunchroom where he sat with his friends Darwin. Oh, commas. Darwin, Carrie, should we say
Kaiser?
Is it Kaiser? Like laser
Kaiser?
with a K?
Oh, yeah. Kaiser.
Maybe?
Penny.
I don't know. Or
I don't
Kaiser, but there's no I.
Kaiser,
So it can't be Kaiser.
Kaiser. Well,
It could be
I'm
Kaiser. I don't know.
Kaiser.
Who cares?
Pronounce it differently every time.
Yeah, well, I will. I'm not even going to try. I will. Carrie sat down next to Darwin at this point. Let me read that properly. Carrie sat down next to Darwin at this point. Carrie has adapted and learned to take on a more
There's no
humanoid
period
body
there.
figure with legs and more feminine attributes, and wore a jean vest with a white sweater under and black cargo pants. But an unfortunate cost that her vital organs would work like an animal, so she can now catch colds and get brain freezes, just for example. Fucking hell.
Wow. That is a special
What a
sentence.
sentence.
Which one of us should be Penny and which one of us should
You
be
be
Carrie?
Penny, I'll be Kaiser.
Okay.
Because
Is the history project going well, Kaiser?
Penny asked. Penny now wears a grey t-shirt with the words "Work hard, play harder, sleep" and jean shorts.
Work hard, play hard, sleep.
Oh, sleep, yeah.
She also grew a beard.
It's funny is there's one comma. Work hard, play hard,
play hard, sleep.
Play hard, sleep.
Work hard, play hard, work
play
hard,
hard, sleep.
play hard,
And
sleep.
she grew a beard.
Beard.
Everybody has a beard now. Just
Not on the
imagine.
face though. Not on the face. Is that what you're saying? No.
Oh
Should
well, I mean, yeah.
Should we
but,
move
I
on?
mean,
Should we move
also-
on quickly? It's got awkward.
Yeah.
Sound like I'm from the
I
BBC.
did meet a woman the other day with a mustache, so I mean, it's possible.
Wow. Nice. Handlebar moustache. Oh, that'd be class.
Okay.
It's fine. It would help if you could do all the coloring stuff on the poster.
Kaiser replied. Kaiser is a brown bear with blonde dreadlocks in a ponytail who wears a brown
Gross.
leather jacket and green sweater underneath where the sleeves are normally rolled up. What the fuck?
Hey, Carrie, Gumball Kaiser. Gumball.
Gumball Kaiser. Another new character.
This person does not know what a comma is. It's so funny.
You know.
Hey, Carrie, Gumball Kaiser and I were thinking of going to Tobias's party. Want to come over at, like, say, 6 o'clock? Gumball can drive
6
us.
o'clock, Gumball can drive us.
Darwin said, but no comments.
Doesn't Tobias hate you?
Carrie asked.
As long as I'm with him, Tobias won't start shit.
Kaiser replied while eating a cheeseburger.
Oh, well then, sure. We should.
Carrie replied.
Is this-
Be prepared to scatter through because all of Tobias's parties have alcohol. Alcohol. ALCHAOL.
That's the way Paul Stanley says it.
Alcohol. And you never know when his party luck of not getting caught may soon run out.
Penny added.
So it's agreed. We meet at Gumball's at 6 o'clock and leave never.
Wait,
6:35.
This is so funny. Leave at 6.
It feels like it's just going to be another Eric.
Yeah. Kaiser said everybody agreed with him. This is just page 1. It will get more intense, I promise. Also, I'm absolutely terrible at writing, I know. Oh, so please don't repeatedly comment I suck at it, because I probably won't fix
acknowledged it.
What you want to be fixed. Also, I'm busy with my actual life, so I might not even see your review until 2 weeks later. Whew, partying. Also, sorry for totally changing the first chapter. I decided to shorten it up. Thank fuck. Should we get on to chapter 2? Chapter 2. In fact, what was chapter 1 called? A party. Sure. A party? Sure. Chapter 2. From fight to war. Ah, God.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
Should we just get into it? Or should we read the... Sorry for those who think I'm afraid of criticism, but I don't like grammar Nazis and I don't care for what they have to say unless they're published writers who live off their stories. So Stephen King can comment? Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah.
You. What a dick. I wonder if he likes normal Nazis. He doesn't like grammar Nazis, but I wonder if he likes Nazis. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Well, I mean, he does. His profile picture is him with a little teeny mustache. I mean, wait, no, it's not.
Or is it a woman with a moustache? I can't really see.
Maybe.
I don't like fights. I never have. But sometimes you can't avoid them. This is one of those times. No comment. I don't know who was talking then. Or was it just...
I think it's Gumball's narration.
Oh, right, okay.
Darwin, is Carrie getting here soon? We're already loaded up. We're ready to go.
Gumball questions.
I inserted my own comma.
Yeah, I like that. It fucking needs it, doesn't it? Jeez.
She's coming. Just wait up. She's probably just grabbing the extra 6-pack of cola that you suddenly decided we needed.
Darwin answered. Gumball started up the car and flicked the hula girl he set on the dashboard and watched as she swayed back and forth. Class.
That thing is so tacky.
No, it's not, Penny said with a giggle, slugging his arm from the passenger side.
That's rude. What has she done to you?
Gumball joked, slugging her back. Carrie loaded up the 6-pack of cola and the other items of food they were bringing and jumped in the back with Darwin. Unfortunately, Kaiser jumped in the back with Darwin. Unfortunately, Kaiser had to squeeze in the back too, so there was not a lot of space, so Carrie and Darwin were squeezed in tight.
I've always wanted to get closer to you, but this is ridiculous,
Darwin said jokingly.
All right, let's go and have some fun,
Gumball exclaimed. Gumball opened the door for Kaiser and Carrie, who were carrying in snacks for the party. The party was wild, with several kids drinking, playing beer pong, yelling, chanting, and having very intimate make-out sessions on Tobias's couch. It was a breeding ground of wild, sweaty teenagers, pumped up with testosterone and frustration, yelling as loud as they could while dancing to rave music with an epileptic light show half-assed by Tobias's friends. They dropped off the snacks in the hall and all hang out in the same corner of the house, kind of dancing, kind of not. Everybody was enjoying themselves. Kaiser went over to a few of his football player buddies. Ironically enough, Kaiser hates all sports. Kaiser hates all sports, has never played any, but still hangs out with some jocks. Jesus Christ. He was talking to a large pit bull named Andrew. Andrew was notorious for being one of the scariest scrappers in school. Once he fought a kid and slammed his head into the gym lockers so hard he now has a scar the size of his thumb on the upper left side of his forehead. Kaiser was his best friend and lab partner.
So, who you come with? A girl?
Asked Andrew.
No, I came with Gumball,
Kaiser replied.
Whoa, man. Watterson? Dude, that's bad news. You brought Watterson to one of Tobias's parties?
Andrew asked in disbelief.
Dude, it's fine. You're here. I'm here. Darwin's here. We're safe.
Kaiser replied, trying to seem as genuine as possible. Andrew just drank from his red solo cup and gave the expression of, "All right, man, if you say so." Kaiser,
all right, man, if you say so.
there it is, yeah. Kaiser left his group after about half an hour to check up on Gumball, and he realised he wasn't with the group.
Guys, where's G?
Kaiser asked.
He went to the basement, probably to play video games.
Darwin replied.
Uh-oh.
Kaiser said.
What the fuck? What's gonna happen?
I don't know. Maybe he's playing video games. He realised he hasn't seen Tobias all night.
He's gonna get ganged.
Oh, yeah. Tobias wouldn't ditch out on his own party, and that he's only been on the top floor all night. As soon as all of this clicked, he realised a loud booming of cheers was coming from the basement. Kaiser rushed down the steps to see exactly what he expected. Gumball was getting wailed on by Tobias Wilson. Kaiser pushed through the crowd, palming Tobias's face and sending him backward and trying to get Gumball up. Unfortunately, Tobias woke up and hit Kaiser in the back with a bar stool from his parents' minibar. Kaiser then turned around and punched Tobias in his stomach, ending the fight. He realised that Gumball was in worse shape than he expected, with a cut on the bridge of his eyebrow, bruises covering his face, and bleeding mouth. And his bleeding mouth.
Damn, he did a number on you,
Kaiser said while picking him up and putting him over his shoulder. He walked him upstairs and laid Gumball on the couch after clearing it of drunk teenagers. Kaiser began wondering if he should just ask Andrew to drive them all home. Darwin sat next to Kaiser.
Hey, thanks for helping him out,
Darwin said.
That's why I'm here. That and a party,
he said as he grabbed a beer and slumped back into the couch and drank the somewhat lukewarm beer, not drinking any alcohol. Fucking hell. Is that going to be a spelling mistake all through?
Alcohol all
night was his intentions going into the party, but his now sore back has other plans. Darwin left and went to talk to Gumball.
Hey man, you conscious?
Darwin asked.
Yeah, just bleeding a lot,
Gumball murmured.
Oh, you see, I was hoping that you were unconscious.
Penny rushed over from the attic where she was hanging out with Carrie and some of her stoner friends after hearing about the fight.
Oh no, Gumball, are you alright?
She said while fixing his hair and gently caressing his face.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Oh yeah.
Penny, I'm fine, really,
Gumball said, trying to calm the frantic fairy. The group stayed there for another hour before hearing a loud noise from the kitchen. It sounded like the kitchen door had been broken down. The group passed it off as some wild drunk partiers, but it wasn't. They were men in uniform, not the donut cop or any of those trashy cops that would write you up a ticket for littering, but men with big guns and one with a riot shield. Soon Gumball
Did you just say butt men with big guns? Oh.
Butt men with big guns. But men with big guns. That could be the title of the show. Soon Gumball realised that they weren't the only ones in the house on the block getting swatted. It was every house on every block as far as he could see. Then one thing, and one thing only, came to his mind.
NIEs.
Gumball yelled, his body sore and his face beaten meant nothing. He grabbed Darwin's hand and everybody followed them outside of the house. The soldiers tried to block their path, but Kazar overwhelmed them. Kazar, fucking hell.
Kazar is funnier.
Kazar overwhelmed them and they all got out of the car. They all got to the car and drove to Gumball's house. When they got home, he found something he could not believe.
Dun, dun,
dun, dun. Hey, thanks for reading chapter 2. Blah blah blah. Sorry, I'm shit, etc. Hold on. What's this? OC, Tommy. 15,
that's how you can get OCs. Yeah, they want you to. That's his description of how you want your character to appear in his story.
Name: Eric. Age: unknown.
35.
Appearance: cool.
Black mask shirt that says.
Fucking eyes as red as the devil's dick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. I think we have time for one more, haven't we? We're going to hit chapter...
I mean, sure.
Let's
we could
do this.
Yeah, we got plenty of time for Chapter 3.
Chapter 3, Caged Beast. Well, I said I'd have it by tonight, so here it is. Remember, you can always submit your OC. The requirements will be posted at the end of this chapter. Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. Gumball arrived at the door and opened it to see his house empty. Gumball left his sister Anais at home when he left for the party, but now the house is desolate with no sign of life.
Darwin, go check the upstairs for Anais.
Gumball ordered.
On it.
I'll stay here.
Yeah, Darwin responded. They both dispersed to search for answers. Gumball was checking under all the furniture in the house, frantically flipping desks, beds, tables, chairs, anything. Darwin was doing the same. At this point, everybody was searching until...
Bang.
Yeah, I want someone else to bang. A loud shot rang out. Penny looked out of the window.
Guys, you may want to see this,
Carrie said with a shaky and disturbed tone in her voice, accompanying Penny at the same window. The rest of the gang came over, and what they saw was frightening. Outside of each home were their residents. The residents were being taken to the centre of the street. There were guards guarding columns upon columns of Gumball's neighbours. Gumball grabbed Penny and hugged her, embracing her, not knowing if they were all going to die. Darwin was holding Carrie, who was panicking, and even Kaiser was starting to break down, but nothing hit harder than when they all looked out of the back window. There were guards setting up chain link fence. No way in, no way out.
No.
Not chain link fences. They were prisoners in their own city. Elmore City, California, is a small town, not bustling or busy, but Elmore is one of the suspected states for having been in the infection zone on the west coast and is in need of quarantine. But what is quarantine? Quarantine is normally holding and nursing the victims of an outbreak or virus that cannot be contained unless by physical means. But unfortunately, this disease is so bad and can kill so many that without a cure or vaccination, anybody with the infection by government orders is to be eradicated. The government soldiers had set up tents and were starting to make their neighbourhood look like a refugee camp. People were being assigned to tents, forced out of their homes and into the streets, cold and frightened. Gumball kissed Penny's forehead, stood her up, and walked himself to the staircase.
It spelled like pennies.
Pennies, I know, that's what threw me. I was like, what the fuck? Gumball kissed pennies. I love money. Sorry.
We can't hide in here forever, but we do have one thing the people out there don't.
Gumball.
Time.
Oh shit, sorry.
What the fuck?
Sorry. Gumball, yeah, your timing there. Gumball said as he began to walk up the flight of stairs.
Gumball, what are you doing?
Darwin asked, still holding it to Carrie.
Oh, God.
To get a gun. You guys should get a weapon, too.
Gumball advised. He continued up the stairs and grabbed his mother's gun.
No.
His mother's gun and a small handgun, an M1911. 1911. He was able to conceal the weapon in its holster hidden under his pants. Darwin too went to grab some weapons for his friends, but instead he took a trip to the kitchen. Darwin grabbed 2 large kitchen knives from the knife drawer and a large pocket knife off the counter. Gumball grouped in the living room with the rest of their group. Darwin handed the 2 large kitchen knives to Kaiser and Penny, the pocket knife to Carrie, and kept no weapon of his own. Okay.
Darwin, don't you need a weapon too?
Kaiser asked while concealing his knife.
Nah, I'm a pacifist. I'll just drop to my knees and do what I do best.
Darwin sat down with the rest of his friends.
Besides, we'll probably need somebody unarmed to speak to guards, just to be safe, knowing they won't find any weapons and can still get some information.
That's pretty smart,
Kaiser said in surprise. Kaiser never thought of Darwin as the strategist type, or that he BS'd is an excuse to not kill people either way, that what Darwin said was true.
Okay, we need to leave now,
Gumball said, reaching for the doorknob.
But before we go, I just want you all to know, We're gonna get through this.
As Gumball said this, he opened the door and got shot, and snuck out with the rest, following closely behind. They arrived as they were setting up a large open-faced tent with officials in white lab coats sitting in them with medical supplies set up and prepared.
Darwin, go ask what we should be doing,
Gumball ordered.
Don't you friggin' tell me what to do.
Darwin replied. Darwin walked up to a large, gruff-looking man in black quarantine officer fatigues. The officer noticed Darwin and ordered him to stay back.
Hey, kid. Okay.
Oh, you can do it.
Hey, kid. 2 feet of distance unless you've been checked.
Darwin was cold and tired. At this point, everybody else is in the same state or sleeping.
Sir, what should we be doing?
Darwin asked.
What are your names?
The officer questioned.
Darwin Watterson is my name. Gumball Watterson is my brother's.
Darwin replied.
Brothers.
No. The officer checked his clipboard.
You two should be getting checked for the virus, but from the looks of it, you are probably the ones that are going tomorrow, so I'll show you to your tents. What does that mean?
Fuck knows. He began walking, but Gumball stopped him.
Wait, what about them?
Gumball asked.
I'll show them to their tents as well,
The officer said, sounding irritated. They all walked past the columns of people.
Why are they all standing there?
Penny asked.
because they're being checked for the virus.
The officer responded.
What is the virus?
Carrie asked.
It's a disease that has been hitting those with very weak immune systems. Adults and elderly mostly. You should be fine.
AIDS? Is that what it is? The officer responded.
What happens if you're infected with the virus?
Kaiser asked.
You know how when dogs are really sick you have to put them down?
The officer said, putting finger quotes around put down. The group was quiet and scared. Thoughts swirled around each of their heads. Parents, grandparents, younger siblings, any of them were prone to getting the virus.
I forgot to fully answer your question. If you get the virus and aren't put down, you full stop.
Full stop.
You die anyway, and then you wake up, but this time you're not the same. All you want to do is eat.
The officer said. Zombie AIDS. Zombie AIDS.
What? Eat
Darwin
what?
asked.
Ooh, tell me.
Darwin asked.
Rallies.
Again, the group got silent.
Trunk.
4 weeks old, and again more thoughts were haunting them until they stopped.
Wattersons, this is your tent.
The officer stated. Gumball and Darwin walked into the large tent, were welcomed by their mother, who was sitting conversing with none other than Mr. Fitzgerald. Penny followed behind, and the families were reunited and were happy until Darwin asked.
Mrs. Mom. Wait, what?
That's what he does actually call her in the show. Mrs.
Oh,
Mom.
really?
Yeah, Mrs. Mom.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's adopted
Mom.
as well, yeah.
Mrs. Mom, where's Mr. Dad?
Both parents had explained that they were the only members of their family that were left. The quiet of the tent was only disturbed by the crying of the families who were separated. That night was slow, painful, and filled with tears of Gumball and Darwin. For some reason, Gumball wasn't crying as much as he thought he would. Maybe he believed this couldn't be real. Maybe he was in denial. He couldn't figure it out. So rather, he just cried himself to sleep. Yeah,
So he couldn't figure out why he wasn't crying.
So he
decided to
just
cry himself to
cried.
sleep.
Yeah, but he wasn't crying as much as he thought he would. The next morning, Gumball could smell food outside of the tent. Rallies. He woke up later than everybody else. Oh, nice sleep in. He knew because the entire tent was empty. Well, there's a giveaway. He woke up later than everybody else. He knew because the entire tent was empty. Yeah, everyone else is fucked up. He went outside to see that there there was eggs and pancakes being made on portable grillers, all funded and distributed by the officials. Gumball decided he'd skip breakfast to get in line for the testing.
Because the U.S. government's going to serve pancakes and eggs to people in concentration camps.
Trump. Yay, Trump. In the line was about 8 or 9 other people. The person he stood behind was actually Mrs. Robinson, who looked more distraught than usual. Gumball could tell that it was Mr. Gumball could tell that it was Mr. Robinson. He must not have made it. Gumball could tell that Mr. Robinson didn't make him. Yeah. About half an hour had passed.
That's what it meant to say.
Yeah, that's what let me translate. About half an hour had passed, and the line had grown, but now it was Mrs. Robinson turn. She sat down across the small desk of a man with a lab coat. She talked with him for fucking hell. There's no punctuation.
This is impossible. This is tough.
All lowercase, no punctuation.
All lowercase, no punctuation. Just run on.
Oh, it's terrible. And then was taken to a hospital bed with another doctor waiting there with a syringe. Oh, there's a full stop. She sat down.
Hey, at least he spelled syringe right.
Holy shit. She sat down and the doctor took a sample of her blood, took it back to the back of the tent and analysed it. Gumball overheard them talk about a separate camp where the infected are assigned to go. Then, in a blink of an eye, Mrs. Robinson hit the man in the lab coat and grabbed the IV unit and attempted to hit the first guard she could, but before she could even swing, bang!
Bang!
A gunshot had already gone off. Mrs. Robinson was shot in the back of the head. The guard who had shot her grabbed her lifeless body and dragged it to a different location where it wouldn't disturb the public eye. Gumball stood there, his ears ringing, shaking, knowing that he was next. Gumball walked up to the chair where Mrs. Robinson had been sitting just mere moments ago. The man in front of him was a lanky scientist, a weasel with long black hair tied into a bun. He looked like a college student.
So, sorry about that. My name is Dr. Ramirez. I'm just here to ask you a few questions, and Dr. Fritz over there will examine you.
Okay.
Gumball said in response, trying not to act fazed by the death of his neighbour mere moments ago.
So, what is your full name?
Dr. Ramirez asked.
Gumball Christopher Watterson. That is not how you spell Christopher. I don't think.
Gumball said.
Okay, and how old are you?
Dr. Ramirez asked.
I'm 15. Don't you see the beard?
Yeah, totally. It's a great beard,
nice.
Man. So, are you feeling sick or nauseous or tired?
The quotes don't end there, so you keep saying.
Dr. Ramirez. Oh, and are you feeling sick, nauseous, or tired? Dr. Ramirez asked.
Well, I am a bit tired, but that's probably just because I'm a teenager.
Gumball said.
Oh, you got quite a sassy mouth on you. Oh, well, okay then, Mr. Watterson. You can go right over there and see Dr. Fritz.
Dr. Ramirez said with a smile. Gumball proceeded to the bed.
Hey, bud. My name is Dr. Fritz, but you can call me Dr. F if that's easier. We're just going to draw some blood and see if you're sick or not. Sound good?
Yeah, that's okay.
This doctor looks kind of like Dr. R's frat boy friend, a tall cloud person with long hair tied up in a ponytail.
What is a cloud person? Like he's a cloud with hair?
Dr. R's frat boyfriend.
Isn't there the cloud character in the show?
There is.
Okay.
Dr. R, frat boyfriend. I don't know.
So, are you afraid of needles, bud?
Dr. F asked.
No.
Well, alrighty then. This is going to sting.
Dr. F said while inserting the needle into Gumball's vein. Gumball winced at first, but it was over in a couple of seconds.
Gotta tap that arm and put the little... Okay.
I thought he was masturbating, actually. I wasn't too sure.
Yeah.
Gets off on needles.
Alright, man. I will go examine it. BRB.
Gumball was sold on it. This guy was a frat boy and he was assigned here. But Gumball had noticed that he forgot about a lot of things while marvelling at the strangeness of this frat boy working here. He forgot about Mrs. Robinson being kicked out of his home and even, for a moment, his family.
Well, good news, bro. You're not sick.
Gumball was relieved. He took a green armband that signified that he was not infected and left. When leaving for this tent, he saw his friends all grouped up in the line.
Hey, G.
Gumball looked over and saw that Kaiser was calling for him. Oh, was that Kaiser calling him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, okay, yeah, sorry, I was confused then. He walked over and chatted with his friends for a while.
I heard there have only been like 3 kids who were sick. I think we're safe.
Carrie said. Carrie cursed herself.
Man, I'm so sick of living in a tent. It's only been one night and I already have a backache.
Kaiser said.
Dude, I think that's just from Tobias hitting you with a stool.
Darwin said, snickering. Everyone started laughing, finding this funny. Even Kaiser was chuckling at the thought of his own forgetfulness.
Hey, who wants to play a game of catch after we all pass this stupid thing?
Kaiser offered. Everybody agreed. Gumball left to take a nap while his friends waited in line. On the way back to his tent, he saw an officer who looked like he was rushing. Soon, a whole squad of big guys with shields and guns were heading the same way. Gumball decided to follow them. He followed them quietly to another part of the neighborhood where a riot was ensuing. People with knives and guns all hidden away earlier, having the same plan as Gumball. He noticed at the head of the group was a big pink bunny.
Dad!
Gumball yelled as he saw the bunny burst through the grouping of shields, tackling them to the ground. Gumball ran to his father, only to watch him be shot by one of the officers. This is sad. Gumball fell to his knees no longer, having the strength to stand. He curled up in a ball and cried.
So this is where they were keeping them? And do I just keep going?
I think so.
They were just rounding them all up to kill them, just like the officer said? This is just sick.
These thoughts and more were bombarding Gumball's head, his chest hurting along with his stomach crying and terrified. Gumball's stomach crying. Oh, that's gross. Gumball snapped. He stopped crying. He stood up. His stomach stopped crying. He stood up and left his body. Fucking hell. He stood up and left his body. Fucking hell. He stood up and left. His body ached, his stomach hurt, and on the way back he threw up. Gumball knew one thing. He felt angry and full of resentment. He was a wild animal, and these people are trying to cage him. Gumball knew he wanted out, and now he's going to escape. Gumball could hear those people breaking through. They were coming, and they're going to be the perfect cover for Gumball's escape.
Yeah, dun dun dun.
Ooh, that was good. I'm not even going to read that bullshit at the bottom.
Nope.
Yeah. So
Rest in peace, George Romero.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was quite enjoying this story, and you put me on a downer now. Fucking hell. Thanks a lot. So that was
Sorry.
good. Yeah. I think it's time.
Rest in peace, Gumball's dad. I meant to say.
Listen. Using the healing power of George Romero's beard, I'm going to remind you all that if it looks like magic, it is not magic, it is science, or worse, so deal with it. I am not a motherfucking kid. R.I.P. Uncle Mike and George Romero and Martin Landau and Chester Bennington. Is it Bennington? I can't get that surname.
Yes,
Bennington, yeah.
Sorry, Chester Bennington. See you all next week, everybody.
Bye.